Now brace yourself for some tea because Dave Chappelle just barged into the scene and spilled the beans on what's really going on behind the scenes in the industry. Katt Williams, my man, spilled some major gossip on Club Shay, dropping names like Kevin Hart, Steve Harvey, Diddy, and Jay-Z. Hollywood's been after him for a while, trying to hush him up. Katt went all out on Kevin, calling him an industry plant, claiming he got handed everything on a silver platter without proving himself. It's a wild ride, with accusations flying left and right. Katt even had some beef with Cedric the Entertainer over a joke theft, but they supposedly squashed it behind the scenes. And Steve Harvey? Katt accused him of being jealous of Bernie. May he rest in peace. It's like a comedy soap opera out here. Anyway, just wanted to fill you in on the drama. Keep it cool, my friend. Now, let me dive deeper into the nitty-gritty. Katt spilled the beans on Kevin Hart, calling him an industry puppet. According to Katt, Kevin didn't have to prove himself. He just got handed movies and TV shows right out the gate. The industry elite supposedly did this to wipe out Katt Williams' relevance, so that Kevin could step in and become the new Katt Williams. Katt even questioned Kevin's quick rise. No sold-out shows, no standing ovations, and claimed it was all part of a plan. But this ain't the first rodeo for Katt and Kevin. A few years back, Kevin went off on Katt, accusing him of being a crackhead who chose drugs over his career. Kevin argued that Katt had the shot to be the star but didn't show up to work and became a risk to the studios. It was a whole back and forth. You know how it goes. Now let's talk about Cedric the Entertainer. Katt accused him of stealing one of his jokes. Cedric, on the other hand, denied everything when he appeared on Club Shay, making it look like Katt was just making stuff up. According to Cedric, the timeline didn't match up and the joke was over 30 years old. Katt fired back, providing receipts about how Cedric had watched him perform the joke, praised him, and then allegedly used it himself on the Kings of Comedy. And then there's Steve Harvey. Katt didn't hold back, claiming Steve was jealous of Bernie Mac. He went on to say that Steve couldn't sing, couldn't dance, and didn't write jokes. Katt even took a dig at Steve's comedy specials, saying they were so bad that they weren't available on Netflix or Tubi. So, Katt dropped a bombshell about Steve Harvey, claiming he was a big Bernie Mac hater while Bernie was alive. But here's the kicker. As soon as Bernie passed away, Steve allegedly swiped Bernie's entire style and all his jokes. According to Katt, Steve tried to make it look like those laughs were his own, but Katt's having none of it. He's standing strong, insisting Bernie was funnier than all of them combined. And you know what? The audience always knew it. Now, let's dive into the Hollywood agenda that Katt exposed. He called out Martin Lawrence for trying to make him wear a dress in Big Mama's house, too. Apparently, back in the day, it was a bizarre trend for black actors to don dresses as some kind of initiation into the next level of fame. Tyler Perry, Ricky Smiley, Kevin Hart, Jamie Foxx, they all did it. And now, Hollywood wanted Katt to join the club, but guess what? Katt was having none of that BS. He made it crystal clear that he wasn't putting on any dress. Hold on to your hat, because this wasn't the first time they tried to get Katt to compromise his authenticity. Flashback to 2002 during the movie Friday After Next. They wanted him to film a scene where he gets cornered in the bathroom by Terry Crews. But Katt said no, standing his ground and asserting that there was nothing funny about that scenario. It was a big risk for him considering it was his first movie, but he stuck to his principles. Now, why all this drama, you ask? Well, it turns out Hollywood doesn't like people who spill the truth. Katt spilled some major tea in an interview, exposing how Hollywood tried to force him to take antipsychotic medicine. They were trying to convince him he was insane, but Katt wasn't buying it. Dave Chappelle also talked about the dark side of Hollywood in 2006, rejecting a $50 million deal with Comedy Central and jetting off to Africa for his safety. Dave revealed there were shady things in the deal that he wasn't comfortable with. Oprah, during an interview with Dave, even tried to push a narrative of him having some sort of mental illness. Talk about a crazy twist. So back in 2005, Dave Chappelle made quite the headlines when he unexpectedly bailed on Season 3 of The Chappelle Show. Picture this, he jetted off to South Africa without giving any valid reason for his sudden departure. The media went into overdrive, working overtime to tarnish his reputation, throwing around claims of him being on some wild trip and having manic episodes. But here's the twist. Dave repeatedly denied these claims. He faced the media, stressed out but not crazy or smoking anything. He felt overwhelmed, sure, but not in the way the tabloids were spinning it. It's like they were trying to get him to go against his personal beliefs, and when he stood his ground, they came at him so hard that he had to flee to another country because he feared for his life. And guess what? Some folks speculate that this isn't a one-time Hollywood story. Remember Martin Lawrence in 1996? Even after doing everything the industry told him to, including wearing a dress and trying to convince both Katt and Dave to do the same, they still tried to destroy him. Martin ended up getting arrested, holding A and screaming at motorists, yelling about someone trying to kill him. The media downplayed it, calling it a manic episode, implying he was on something. But here's where it gets even more interesting. The doctors who treated Martin denied these claims, making it clear that there was absolutely no medication involved in Martin's breakdown. Fast forward 3 years, and Martin faced a near-death experience, followed by a coma. When he woke up, something seemed different about him. Fans noticed a drastic change in his behavior, leading to rumors that Hollywood might be behind all this. Dave Chappelle even chimed in, suggesting that Martin's breakdown and near-death experiences were caused by his deep involvement in Hollywood. It raises the question, what's happening in Hollywood that tough guys like Martin Lawrence end up on the street, waving A and screaming about someone trying to kill them? Hollywood's got its secrets, and it's not always a pretty picture. Now, to add some spice to the mix, word on the street is that the industry is plotting to do the same thing to Katt Williams. They see him as a threat after his explosive interview on Club Shay, where he spilled major tea about Hollywood secrets. Sources close to Dave even claim he sent a strong warning to Katt, advising him to be very careful because they won't wait long before they come after him for exposing their secrets. People are talking, sharing their 2 cents on social media. Some are connecting the dots, wondering why successful guys like Katt Williams, Martin Lawrence, and Dave Chappelle were labeled crazy at the height of their careers and went into hiding. It raises eyebrows and prompts questions about what really goes on behind the scenes in Hollywood. So spill the tea. What are your thoughts on the industry trying to pull some shady moves on Katt Williams? Do you think he might have to go into hiding to protect himself? Share your insights in the comments below, and don't forget to click right here to catch another juicy video. Let's keep the conversation going. Let's keep the